Y'all. It's Unit 5. You made it. It's been quite a journey through the senses. In Unit 1, we talked about the sense of place. In Unit 2, we learned about our sense of self. And in Unit 3, we talked about our sense of purpose. And all of these senses had to do with specific forms of writing. We wrote a remembered event paper, a profile paper, and a literary analysis paper. In Unit 4, we began our capstone study, and we called Unit 4 a sense of humor because honestly, in the middle of a semester like you've had, you need to keep your sense of humor. And I really believe that humor is a big part of our voice as a writer. So I want to encourage you now, laugh a little. Come to understand yourself as God's creation that is created in His image, and I believe God has an amazing sense of humor. So, where are we now? Unit 5 is all about the sense of direction. And right now, probably you have only one direction in mind, and that's the finish line and being done with this course. But what I hope that you'll come to understand through this entire course is that writing is a part of life. It's not just a course you take in college or high school or wherever you might be. Writing helps you understand your direction in life. And so now we're going to be completing our capstone study. I mentioned before what a capstone is, that it's the top stone of an arch, and without that top stone, that keystone, the entire arch will collapse. And so in my life, I like to think of Christ as our capstone. He came from above to complete the arch, and without Him, we would completely fail and fall apart. So this capstone study is a chance for you to explore one aspect of God's creation. You are creating a position argument paper, and that means that you have a position within an ongoing argument that scholars are conducting. Now, when we say argument, again, we're not talking about fighting and being belligerent. We're talking about having different perspectives, different ways of solving problems. And it's very important that you understand that your research paper must eventually lead to some sort of conclusion that is controversial. Your conclusion should not be obvious. Your conclusion should not be merely factual. It should be something that interprets facts. And so I just want to remind you that your thesis statement is the most important statement or sentence in your entire essay, and it should guide your thinking throughout your paper. Now that you have written an introduction, an outline, and a conclusion, you have a shape. You have a form for this capstone study. But you don't yet have the complete arch. And that's what we're looking to accomplish during this unit. Thankfully, you don't have any more usage quizzes. On the other hand, those are pretty easy points. You will have discussion board postings during this last unit, so that is a way for you to share your voice with others. And it's honestly a way for you to think through writing and not have to worry about grammar and punctuation in the same way, or MLA format. So we will do discussion board postings. We will do our Tranquility-based blog. Again, that's a safe space, a sandbox where you can experiment and play a little bit with the readings that you should do during this unit. Remember, there are still unit readings. There are still videos to watch, and I really hope that you will take some of these things to heart. And if you disagree, hey, that's a part of this unit. being controversial or coming to a conclusion that maybe is different from other people, and then supporting it with data, examples, evidence, explanation of your own. So the last thing, we will do OWL feedback during this unit. And what I'd like you to do is basically choose either one of your two drafts. You will be completing basically a draft each week during this unit. And that would be study stage 6 and study stage 7. Those are two rough drafts. And so one of those two drafts needs to be submitted to the OWL. I would recommend submitting earlier rather than later, but there is some flexibility here. What I've noticed is that many of you are so busy that you forget to submit to the OWL, or you don't get started on your paper, and as a result, the OWL can't give you feedback within the time frame that we have allotted. So submit to the OWL a draft of your paper. Your draft should be a complete draft. It should have the entire paper. It should be full length, and that means 8 full pages. If you can't do that, I understand, but keep in mind that my goal for you is always to get you to the finish line as soon as you can, so that you'll be able to plan for any problems in your day-to-day business, things that come up that might throw a wrench in the works. So please get a full draft done using your outline. Basically, you should have one paragraph that is almost a page for your introduction and one paragraph that is almost a page for your conclusion. That leaves 6 pages. That is not very much space to include the research that you need. I want to remind you too, for the final paper, for this paper that we are creating during this unit, you need 8 to 10 sources. And we said 4 of those need to be scholarly, peer-reviewed journal articles. And you did a great job getting a good start on that for the annotated bibliography. But now you have to flesh everything out. Remember that Wikipedia and sources like that are less reliable and less credible, those are not legitimate sources for a college research paper. So at least 8 sources in your works cited page. Now that works cited page must follow exactly the MLA format. Go to OWL, OWL at Purdue. Type into Google OWL MLA works cited, and you will find exactly how to do it. You can even type in model works cited page. So I'm hoping that you'll all listen to this video, watch this video right off the bat here, and get a good start in writing your paper, in drafting it, submitting to the OWL, getting feedback. Now, I am committed to helping you as well, and obviously I'm going to comment a little bit on your rough draft submissions. If you would like to put a draft, a working draft in your folder, I can comment on that. It always helps if you let me know that something's there. I check periodically, but if you want some feedback, you can certainly email me. So those are the things that we need to do, and the debrief then will conclude our unit. And honestly, you can talk about anything that you have experienced during this course that has shaped you as a writer. That's really what the debrief is supposed to be about. I hope that if you have questions, you'll email me. I'm looking forward to our live session coming up this week. And again, let me know if you're confused by anything in the syllabus or on Blackboard, and I will try to make it as clear as I can for you. I pray that all of you will understand God's direction for you in this world and in your life to come. And I pray that He will support you and encourage you no matter what. And you have accomplished a great deal, and I'm proud of you all. God bless you.